ClownCup3 is happening. Yes, we are there. Finally, another 1v1 arena tournament hosted by John Slow, admin by Device John Slow, and myself actually. So I'm involved in that too. And we are going to see a show match this Friday between Drakon, who is playing here a Mongols War against Skogo, so two clowns in this game. Lizard is going to play against the Lord. The game's on Friday, best of 7 showcase for the ClownCup3 tournament. Week later, signups will close as it is right now, and then we're going to see 5 weeks, I think, of clownery, of 1v1 arena action, but it's going to be the standard arena map, so no petards or saboteurs or anything like that as we have seen in ClownCup 1 and 2 before. In this case, it's a serious edition of Clown Cup, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really curious to see how the players are going to do in this arena tournament. Are the clowns better? Are the top experts better? The random map players? Nowadays, everybody's playing pretty much everything, or at least half of everything, which you can buy in 4 maps from the 9 map pool, obviously. So I'm really happy to see this coming, and let's go into this game, I guess. One thing I'm really curious about as well is how the draft is working out. I think it's an interesting idea to have 2 to 3 parallel picks and only then go for the classic global pick system, and therefore we could see players having the same civs, like 2 or 3 of them tops, but the rest will be different, and we might see games actually, or sets actually getting pre-decided in the draft. If you're not paying attention to the draft, you might give your opponent an advantage. But now let's switch to the game. Actually, I want to start with Skogo here, because we've seen Drakon go for a Spilder in Dark Age already. We've seen some parts of the maps. Skogo has the second gold safe in the back, second stone safe in the back, and extra gold as well as an extra stone. This is amazing. For Mongols, you want to get castles, you have 2 stones safe in the back here. The main stone for him forward on the right hand side, main gold forward on the left, not too good for him. Third gold on the left hand side is outside. And relic wise, he's actually looking bad. This is the closest relic. Actually, Drakon is already moving forward, going with the Trash here. I hope we're not going to see too many Trash in ClownCup3 tournament, but it can happen. We have a lot of relics close to Drakon's base with an extra stone in the middle, third gold forward for Drakon, second gold inside but forward, main gold forward-ish. Then we have, am I missing stones? Yeah, second stone on the side is outside, main stone safe in the back, at least something. And there's one relic really close, number 2, 3, number 4 in the middle, number 5 still closer to him, I think. But we do see the tower rush happening, and Skogo is already walling this, using one villager, sacrificing her more or less to actually build a house behind that wall, so it's delaying for a little bit. She might go down now, and actually Skogo is saying, okay, I don't want to lose this villager, I'm going to move back, and now I'm going with a tower of my own. I'm up to feudal age. My main gold is covered, but I have gold in the back here. I won't have too many problems here. We have a stable coming up as he went for the barracks, and he's gonna take a little while, but not too long, before clicking up the castle edge, I imagine. As for Drakon, he's going for the tower rush. The question is, what's the plan here? I've seen Drakon do like the Mayans Trash into forward castle fast Imperial Age. That was amazing in Mayans Wars, and worked out pretty well. I'm not sure if you can do the same with Mongols, because Mangadai are not bloomed archers, and even though you want to go for them in the end, you don't want to go too fast without upgrades. They're not as strong. Now, at this point, Drakon is not looking bad with the resources, but Skogo is the first to click up to castle age. Makes sense. Needs to go for another house. He's not building that yet. Oh, there it is. And he is probably going for a siege workshop in early castle age. I imagine that's what you should do. In the meantime, Drakon is saying, hey, there is gold outside. I'm going to take it. I'm going to wall in my villages. I'm going to stop this forward or this aggression in feudal age. And I just want to click up to castle age now. Villager-wise, Drakon is ahead by 2. Should be able to click after the next villager, I imagine, and then once he's up to castle age, we might see Skogo with the villager advantage, with an economy advantage, and he's actually able to take down a tower for free, as these towers are not within range of each other. Skogo has quite a big advantage here, and now he may not even need to go for a siege workshop. Let's see, Skogo is actually saying, hey, there's another tower, I can attack it. Drakon sending 2 villagers. Is he going to try and defend the tower? And actually Skogo is opening the walls, is using a knight that he made from that stable to attack these villagers. One should go down, the others are quite safe here, and the tower is also falling, so Skogo with 2 defensive towers should go for TCs now, I imagine. He's got a TC coming up on the wood line, another TC possibly on stone, yeah, perfect. And Drakon, I saw him gather a lot of stone. He's getting enough for a castle, but he doesn't have the map control now, and those knights will make sure that the villagers cannot build a castle for free. Drakon would have preferred to see the castle come up right here, I imagine, and now with the knights on the field, it's going to be tough. Drakon is sending in more villagers. He's going really aggressive in this game, but he is giving up on the plan immediately as he knows it's just too dangerous. So the castle coming up back at home, covering the second stone here. And the trash not really working out. Skogo with a really nice advantage. Actually, Drakon re-walling the one villager, and he's moving 2 more villagers away. The knight will be able to break through the palisade wall over time, and I guess this villager might fall, but Drakon is paying attention. Skogo in the meantime, as Drakon is on 34 population, and he's actually clicking up to Imperial Age, going for the fast imp. Skogo is happily booming on 3 TCs, is on 10 more villagers than Drakon. He's going with the Mangonel to probably attack this villager even. Mangonel is not bad, so why wouldn't you go for it? And a few outposts coming up as well. In the meantime, we have the Mangonel production starting for Drakon. He's going with more villagers on stone. He's very low on everything here. Did not go for a monastery. A few relics might have helped, and you could also convert some knights, but it's not really the best choice here, I guess. So Drakon is saying, I want to go with the Imperial Age advantage. I want to be able to go for trebuchets, want to be the one who is putting pressure on my opponent, and Skogo might need to pay attention here now. I don't think he sees that Drakon is up to Imperial Age. Maybe he got an idea about it and is saying, okay, how can I prepare against this? I think he should re-wall, which he already did. Very nice to see. Villager coming back here now, and we have a few Mangonel attacking those outposts, so he knows Drakon is actually going for Mangonel. Castle Age Mangonel doesn't make too much sense. Actually, it's kind of a tell sign that Drakon might go for fast imp here. We have Scorpion Mangonel behind the walls, 1 monk, 2 knights, the scout here, and there's the Imperial Age for Drakon. What are you going to do now? Are we going to see a trebuchet? Not yet. He's got the resources now, almost. Missing gold, actually. Good amount of villages on gold. Now he's not producing any more villages at this point in the game. He's on 34, and that's not too many. He's trying to go with the Mangonel only. Bracer on the way, which is very important here, obviously. And then we're going to see, I hope, a trebuchet here. Not yet. I'm really curious. Is it going to be a forward castle into trebuchet? That's also possible, but I don't really get that strategy here. Skogo should be able to defend against this. We're going to find out very soon how much pressure Drakon can put on Skogo here. Now the first trebuchet on the way, Mangonel surrounding the walls, and Skogo, I think, should go for camels. That would be a really good option. He's clicked up to Imperial Age though, and this is the interesting part of this game, I think. Because now the second castle for Drakon is coming up forward. Skogo should be able to see this possibly. Yeah, he sees it coming up, so he knows second castle on the way. He's actually stonewalling behind his main stone. That means he cannot go for too much stone himself anymore, and he does not have enough stone for a second castle. He can take the extra stone, and he already found it, which is really important for him. You want to get the castles up, but I think camel defense and maybe stopping that castle from going up even might have been an option for Skogo as well. Now we're going to see Drakon put the pressure and keep it as high as possible. He's got 3 trebuchets now. He's got the Mangonel with +1 defense as well. Missing bloodlines obviously, but it's not really important here. You want to get the range, you want to get the attack power. And the 2 trebuchets now hitting the TC. One of the trebuchets hitting the siege workshop, taking it down. And Drakon, with quite a decent advantage now, is taking down the tower next. And those 3 trebuchets can do a lot of damage here. Skogo has the 2 knights, is going for Mangonel, but he needs upgrades and he needs numbers. That's the biggest problem for him. Maybe he needs to buy another 100 stone to build that second castle. He's waiting for the stone to come in. It might be a mistake because the Mangonel now moving forward. Skogo lost the main TC, and Drakon with that 1 TC power play is actually putting a lot of pressure, and he's actually doing what he's supposed to do when you go fast in. You need to do the damage. For now that's 4 trebuchets, and how many is that? A few Mangonel, like 7, 8, that's 9. And covering that main stone also really important. Skogo now waiting for the upgrades to come in maybe, or for a counter trebuchet. He is still going for Mangonel. He's building a second castle somewhere. Not quite sure where it is. Maybe it's coming up in the back here. Wants to secure. He's going to the edge of the map, and that's really curious. I guess he wants to protect this part of his future economy, if you want to call it like that. In the meantime, Drakon is taking down yet another TC from Skogo, so he is actually a free pass into all these buildings, and that's not good for Skogo here. Drakon most likely with 1 TC. Few idle villagers, 3 farms, which is pretty much nothing. Going for a defensive upgrade zone for the Mangonel as well, so it's going to be +2/+2. Monastery going down, the barracks might be next. I think attacking the stables might be a good idea, and Drakon probably does not know about the castle positions from Skogo, but he might have seen this one. So he, once he's getting rid of these buildings, he can move forward. Will be quite safe here, I imagine. and then could try to attack that castle as well. He's producing Mangudai non-stop, 43 villages now, which is a decent number. At 33 minutes it's okay, I guess. And Skogo is moving out, or maybe not. What is he waiting for? He does not have the military numbers, I imagine. But he is, yeah, he's 10 behind. That's a lot here. Mangudai numbers matter so much. That's 12 and Drakon is like 20. So we have a very big advantage here. Skogo was not able to outnumber his opponent. He's now got 2 castles as well, but he's not producing non-stop here. And with only, how many villages do we see here? 75. That's not as many as you would like to have after 3TC mini boom. So we're going to see a lot of idle villages here where the main stone, where that extra stone was before. All the wood villages on the left-hand side pretty much, and not so many farmers. Skogo is low on everything. Drakon somehow was able to stop Skogo from successfully transitioning into Imperial Age from the mini boom away, and 4 trebuchets still without any resistance. No units to attack those. I think Drakon is just waiting for Skogo to move forward, and Skogo is trying to do that now. He needs to get rid of these trebuchets. He probably should wall a little bit here even to make sure the Mangudai cannot go for a raiding. And there it is. There's the first big fight happening. Trebuchet is still shooting at the mill, because why not? And the Mangudai numbers from both players going down, but it looks like Drakon has more, and that's now 14 against 8. We know that this is going to end. Drakon is going to end up with more military units and with 4 trebuchets, still able to attack all the buildings within their range. Skogo is now trying to micro, which is a decent idea, but the numbers from Drakon just better. Drakon was able to produce for so long from 2 castles, and that's just a longer production time than Skogo had. So Skogo behind, and do we see the production going for his castles? Yes, he's producing from all the castles now, but it's only 2 castles, and it's gonna go down to 1 probably. As you can see it here, the trebuchets getting ready to attack that castle. It's only on 4k8 HP. How many hits is that? That's not more than... how many do we get here? 4 trebuchets times... It's 400. Yeah, that's nearly math, right? And 12 volleys of those trebuchets. That's too many, actually. 400, that's only 4, 5, 6 volleys? I'm not quite sure, but it's going down so fast. Actually, only 4, I imagine. 4 volleys of 4 trebuchets, that's 16 shots, and this castle might go down. Might even be less here. The castle is down, finally. I should be able to do the math, but nope, no chance. So now Drakon has only 1 castle against himself. That means half the production from Skogo. Drakon can go for double castle production still. Yeah, that scout is not doing anything. There's a single outpost on the outside, and Skogo is in a world of panic now, or a world of pain maybe, because what can you do? Camels in Castle Age. Maybe that would have been the option. Stop the second castle, forward castle, from going up. Now we have a big problem from Skogo, as this is probably the most beautiful move of this game, I imagine. Mangudai moving into a completely undefended wood line. He's using only 3, wants to make sure that he is not losing to an army from Skogo that is actually approaching the middle now. But Skogo is realizing my opponent has too many Mangudai still, and is resigning the game. Interesting mirror matchup, Mongols. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you're enjoying the ClownCup3 tournament Showmatch this Friday, and see you there. See you in the next games. GG.